Street life is tough, and my words cannot qualify this for sure, given that we are talking about children. Family dysfunction is the biggest contributor to this, but let's leave that for now because the story herein is one of great hope and faith. This is the story of Beruham, one of few organizations in Eldoret town working to restore hope to street children and their families.
So Beruham started way back in 2015 when we registered through the government offices and we were given the go-ahead now to serve this community. Beruham is aiming at restoring hope for these street-connected children and youths, those who are connected in the streets, basically to rescue and rehabilitate them, to link them to education by giving them the education sponsorship for primary and secondary education. At the same time, we are doing vocational and family strengthening program to ensure once those who have been rescued from the streets and they have been rehabilitated and they can't go back to school, we link them to the vocational centers that we are having within the county, and to ensure that those who would want to be taken back home, we do reintegration by supporting them to go back and reunite with their families. So that's what Beruham does.
Talia was born in Kisumu in 2006, and later she and her mother moved to Malaba town, where life was okay at first, but later things did not go very well with her mom, and she unfortunately found herself on the streets of Eldoret town.
I lived with my mother in Malaba, and after some times family issues ikaanza kutokea. Then I got myself in streets in Eldoret. Nikaka streets for it was 2 years. Then I met Beruham organization. At first it was very hard for me to forget the life of streets because I got used to it. Life was a bit hard because I was rude at that time. I didn't want them to tell me anything, like I just wanted them just to live my life alone. So it reaches a time that I just sat down and they talked to me. Then they told me that they're going to help me with everything that I'll need, and I just understood them. Then I accepted to go back to school.
Talia narrates her chilling experiences on the streets of Eldoret, the trades she had to engage to survive, the places she slept, and the hard drugs she was influenced to use. What we quickly learn here is that it takes quite an effort to get a street-accustomed child out of there, and it can be very difficult for a children's home to sustain the effort, given that sometimes, even after rescuing them, providing for them still is an uphill task. Talia's hope was restored when a friend referred her to Beruham, who rescued her from the streets, took her to a rehabilitation center in Kisumu, and later to school where she found the urge to reunite with her dear mother.
You know, in school, I'm in boarding school, so other pupils were being visited by their parents, and when they were being visited, that reminded me of my parents, and I felt so much guilty, like when will I be connected with my family so that I be like my fellow learners. I was just worried, but when I got connected with my family again, I felt at least I'm happy, and that's when I became happy.
Perhaps this is the true definition of family reunion. In addition to rescue, rehabilitation, reintegration, and education, Beruham is guided by several other key pillars.
It is being guided by 6 pillars, one of them being rescue and rehabilitation. We have education, we have health, we have vocational and family strengthening, we have reintegration, and at the same time now we do positive parenting to ensure the parents who have lost contact on their children and the children have joined the streets to go through the positive parenting program to be able to take good care of other children as we do the rescue of the others who are in the streets. The low moment at the children's home is like when we are supposed to provide things to these children and they are not there. Like they close schools, they are staying here. The low moment for us is when they are supposed to take a meal and we don't know where the meal is going to come from, because there's no systematic way on how we are getting the meals. We go around to institution, individuals, organization that are willing to support our ministry, so they can give us sometimes dry food, sometimes cooked food. That's how it's being done. So those are the low moments. And even right now, the low moment that we are having, schools are about to open. They will need stationery, of course, and other personal effects. It's not there. And others who are given back to the community, to their parents, they're still going to come here to ask for us to support them, and us, we've not received anything. So it makes us to be very low in terms of how to move forward supporting these children. The impact into the society right now, we can say we are having a lot of children who have get out of the streets. They are with their parents back at home. We have those who are studying at the University of Eldoret. We have 4 of them. Uzima University in Kisumu, we have 3 of them. And all these are the product from the streets, and we are really encouraging them to be the people they wanted to be, no matter the situation that they were in the streets. So within the community that we are serving here in Kipkaren, there is a very positive impact. Even the village elders know that, the local administration, and also the church leaders around this place, they recommend this place to the vulnerable children who are around the community to come and get some support on education sponsorship whenever we're having the slots.
There is a serious challenge with space here at Beruham. The property is rented, paid monthly. The girls' dormitory is too small and unequipped. The boys sleep pretty much outside and on dusty floors, and woe unto them should it rain, because the iron sheet structure is hollow, squeaky and unstable. The shared pit latrine is full, and the list is endless.
My appeal is to any well-wisher, organization, and any person who would want to support the ministry to ensure the smiles on the faces of these children are experienced, to support either way in terms of the structures, in terms of us having many funds to support these children by providing the material things that they will need in school. Because yes, we have sponsors, those who are paying school fees and buying uniform, but when it comes to personal effect, that is squarely on us. But if we can get those things, not necessarily in finances, but even if it is monetary, the goods itself and the materials to support these children, it will be very helpful to ensure these children don't drop off school because of those items.
The many children you see here are dreamers, and a seed has been planted in each one of their hearts by Beruham. Talia would like to be a fashion designer, and Beruham is putting her on course to achieving this.
I really thank God that Beruham met me and they took care of me and they understood my situation, and now they are really helping us. Like, you know, when we are going back to school, they give us all the requirements like books, everything, the personal items that we can need. They always provide for us everything. So Beruham have really changed my life, because if it's not Beruham, I could not be here right now.